Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. And I feel like I should say something like greetings from the fruit bowl. Why? Because I have been working from this bowl of yarn, which has the divided up cakes from Premier Chunky Fruits. I had two cakes of dragon fruit, which I used. He's up here. You can't see him. To make the supersized bunny. And then I broke down and wound up one cake of banana. And I'm just trying to use up this yarn. I had I had a pretty good amount. It seemed like the second cake of dragon fruit that I wound up and broke down into colors wasn't as evenly divided as the first cake. The first cake was like two of each color. The second cake, I started it out and I got just a yard or two of red, and then it went to the green yellow, and then it went to the black and white speckles for just a bit, not as large a cake as I had gotten from the other skein, and then went back to green again. So I ended up, I think, with four green and one and a half red, one and a half of the black speckled from the second one. So I had a lot of green left over. So I have a little bit of green left over from the bunny. I have one cake of the black and white speckle. And then I have the yellow, the cream, and the brown speckle from the banana. Now, the first thing I wanted to work on was a banana, because I made the dangly banana for the Instagram Share the Love Challenge, and I wanted to work that up in this nice plush yarn, where you're supposed to start out with brown for the brown tip of the banana. And I didn't think it would look quite right with the brown and white speckle. So I was checking up on my chair. Okay, I've got to have some brown in my scrap yarn out here. No. So I finally did find a little skein brown yarn today. And this is sport weight though, but I will double it up. I will cake it so I can double it easily. And I will use that for the tips of the bananas. So since my yarn choices out by my chair did not allow me to start a banana, I started with the green from the dragon fruit and added the white and the cream from the banana, and I made a turtle. The head and the flippers are the green, and like there's fluff flying off this turtle. There's fluff all over the living room carpet. And I'm like, well, shall I wait until I'm done with this yarn before I vacuum up the fluff? I'll probably vacuum up the fluff in the morning, no matter where I'm at. But it's constantly, there's fluff flying everywhere. Where was I? Okay, green underside, green head, green flippers, yellow top of the shell, and then I did a white around the edges to try to make it look like a daisy. I think it may look a little bit more like a fried egg, but it's cute. Okay, we'll put it up on the finished shelf. Here, go join the bunny. And then I grabbed the speckled yarn. And I made a loaf cat. I think I sold 3 loaf cats at my last show, so that justifies making a loaf cat. This is the free YouTube tutorial by False Bubbles. I think I went a little bit short on the tail. It was getting late and I just wanted to go to bed. So I may have shorted the tail a row or two. But I think this cutie will sell quickly. So now I'm trying to come up with green, yellow, white type patterns. I think there's going to be some more turtles. And there's definitely going to be a banana or two now that I have the brown yarn. And I do have another cake of the banana yarn that I can wind into cakes, dividing into colors. Yes. I had a good night's sleep last night. I should be able to formulate sentences and put words together. Just, I don't know. I'm tired, and it's almost time to start making lunch. Chicken's in the crock pot. Potatoes and eggs are cooking on the stove for potato salad. I'll put, like at noon, I put the chicken in the air fryer, and I'll let the potatoes sit for a while before I make potato salad. And we have so many fresh vegetables. We have snow peas and beans from the garden and cucumbers. So we're just going to have a lot of fresh vegetables to go with our dinner. Well, it's been raining. It was raining this morning. It was sprinkling a little bit when we came home from church. I was going to say, if my husband picks some kale, I can make a kale salad. But I don't want to send him out in the rain to pick. So that is where I'm at. I am on a fruit bowl mission to clean out this bowl of yarn. And as soon as I get it down towards the bottom, I will refill it again with the other banana cake and just get this yarn finished off and feel quite accomplished. And I will probably have about 10 projects that I can take to Street Fest on Saturday. Yeah, it's this Saturday, biggest show of the year. And I just realized that my husband is not going to be able to help me much because there's a wedding at our church and he's working sound. So he's going to be in the sound booth. We're like setting up the sound booth. We're still waiting to get details of what time the wedding actually is, what time the rehearsal is, and all that for him to do that. But I'm going to be solo on Saturday for a lot of the stuff. Yep. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to do in this video. I need to give a special hello to a young man who watches my videos with his Grammy. Hi, Remus. Say hi to Luna for me. Okay. I'm hoping that just made somebody's day, but it didn't scare him. So I'm going to go play with yarn. I probably have about 10 minutes I can play with yarn before I have to start dinner. So now that I have the brown yarn, I'm going to start a banana. What's your guess as to how many projects I will have ready for tomorrow's video? My guess is 5. Yep. It all depends. It depends on how long the Sunday afternoon nap is. Because Sunday afternoon, after the nice dinner after church, somehow I always end up taking a nap. So, bye-bye. I'm going to take my fruit basket and I'm going to go play with yarn.